It was a great historic moment at the annual festival of ERI. His Majesty Eze ERI played host to thousands of people from around the world to celebrate Igbo ancestral roots. From traditional leaders, cabinet members of every kingdom, celebrities, African Americans who came to embrace their ancestral roots in Igbo land, and many others. BVI Channel 1 was there to bring you the report.
Yeah, this is me, Associate Peters, right here in the ERI Kingdom, where they're celebrating this wonderful festival. ERI Festival is the annual festival where they celebrate Igbo ancestral roots. At this place, this is where Igbo nation springs us from. ERI, the progenitor of Igbo nation. Today it is a celebration of history, today is a celebration of identity, and today is a celebration of a culture, of our people that is the greatest nation on earth. And today BVI Channel 1 is bringing it live to you from Aguleri, the ERI Kingdom. And you sit back there while we'll continue bringing you the highlights of this program. Yeah, I have a very important person in our society who have used what he is doing to change the cultural and the historical perspective of Igbo land through Nollywood. He's a senior comrade, and it doesn't need any introduction. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. My name is Ugezu Ugezu. I am a Nigerian filmmaker, by the grace of God, a member of the Directors Guild of Nigeria. So absolutely you can say that this is a man licensed to make Nigerian films.
All right, what does this cultural activity happening here, how does it affect Igbo land, and what is its representation in Igbo land, the symbol?
It is very symbolic because finally, the Igbos are beginning to identify their root. Nobody came from nowhere. And that has been the conception over the years, that Igbos have no history, that Igbos have no root. Finally, by the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama, we are proving to the world that there is indeed a root. There is indeed a history. Every Igbo man or woman, wherever you are, must have to identify with this palace. This palace is the root of the Igbos, scattered all over the world. And that is the symbol of this place. It is the rallying point of the Igbos, where you should come and receive the blessing that can see you through in whatever endeavor you find yourself. We are diffusing all the conception that the Igbo tradition is fetish. Most of the people that are saying that, by the time you ask them to define what something being fetish means, they always fumble because they don't understand. What they are saying or what they are defining fetish to be is based on what they were taught. And the people who taught them what they are trying to teach you were actually not grounded in what they were teaching. So automatically, the way of a people that is enshrined in the system wherein they are coming from is something that you can never undermine. Show me a man who is undermining his root, and I'm going to show you a man who is heading nowhere. Because you are nothing absolutely without your root. That is the symbol of what we are doing here today, and I am very happy that majority of Igbo people scattered all over the world are beginning to identify with this place.
All right, quickly, Nollywood is an instrument that can be used to rearrange our people with respect to our culture and tradition. And you are at the front burner of it. In what way you've done so much, in what way can you do further to change the perspective of an average Igbo man towards Igbo culture?
We are already doing that. We are already doing that, trying to maintain the sacrosanctity of our tradition. For example, when you are, a lot of people that started to make Nollywood films before people like us came into the picture, they didn't understand the real tradition of not just the Igbos, but the African man. And that is why you are watching a film, suddenly you will see where the European God, European tradition will just come from nowhere and overshadow the African tradition, and they assume that to be the climax of their film. That is an aberration. We're already correcting that. It cannot happen. It cannot see that kind of fallacy in an Asian film. Because your God is something that was known to your ancestors. And the God of a people, there is never a way. When you came into existence, for example, there is a spirit that came into existence with you. That is what the Igbo man call your she. And that is what the religion taught you to be your guardian angel. By the Igbo tradition, we are beginning to teach people that there is the importance of you as an individual identifying with that spirit that came into existence with you, because there is nobody, there is no authority that can know you better than that spirit. That spirit knows you inside out. Show me the man who is progressing, and I will show you a man who is in direct partnership with his she. Your enemies cannot kill. That's why if you go to Instagram every day, you see people calling about their enemies, calling about people that are trying to kill them. You see people that are not grounded. If your she is not in agreement with anybody that wants to kill you, that person cannot kill you, because your she is already superior to everything. So we're already retelling that story in Nollywood, and I have a large followers all over the world, people that keep telling me that it is when I started making Nollywood films that they started watching. That if they don't see my name in a film, that they're not going to watch. I receive all these kind of testimonies every day. We are believing that by the grace of God consistently, we are going to bring our brothers and sisters who have left the line because of the fallacies sustained over the years through the consistency of what we are showing, that they will come back eventually. That's what I believe, and it's happening already.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
My name is Ada Anago Brown.
All right. Why are you here, and where are you from?
I'm from, I live in the United States. I live in Maryland. I'm here because I brought with me African Americans who trace their DNA to Nigeria, in particular to the Igbo ethnic group. And I am the president of Roots to Glory Tours. And what we do is we help Africans in America get back to their country of origin to learn more of the traditions and the history of their people.
Why is this place particular for you to come? This Aguleri at this program, ERI?
So the Eze travels to the United States quite a bit, and he has such a wonderful group of people that consider him his family, that they consider that he is his family, their family. So it's important for us to support him and to support this great kingdom of ERI, because there is a source of pride in the Igbo people, and this is sort of the birthplace, the old ancient kingdom of ERI. So we felt that it was important that if we're going to do the Igbos, we're going to start in Aguleri, in the ERI kingdom. Yes.
What's your experience like?
I have to tell you that Igbos are very proud people. They're people that they showcase their culture in such a way that it makes you feel like maybe you want to be Igbo. I'm not Igbo, but I feel today that I'm Igbo because of the strong cultural representation. I mean, the dances and the music and the instruments, all of that is so symbolic for Africa that we have to maintain it. And I'm so happy that this festival goes on every year, because as Africans, we have to write our own story. And how do we write our story but to tell it through our culture, through our tradition, through our history? And this, if we can just maintain this, and if the whole Nigeria can support this, then I think that worldwide people will find their way to Aguleri, so that they can also participate in this great culture. Igbo culture, Igbo strong, Igbo all the time.
Name Naila Kitabu Imanyara Sirikali.
All right. Why are you here? Why are you here?
I'm here to represent my spiritual kingdom in Lexington, Kentucky, to witness the ERI festival and to bring greetings to the king, and then also to travel to Ile-Ife.
So, what's your connection to this place, and what's your connection to Africa?
Well, my ancestry is from Africa, and this is like coming home for me, reconnecting with my ancestors that were stolen from here many years ago, and this is like coming back and just reclaiming my ancestry and embracing my home.
Now, some African Americans out there, some are trying to reconnect to their roots. What is igniting the consciousness for African Americans to reconnect back to Africa?
It is, a tree cannot grow without roots. And so for African Americans to reconnect with their roots, it will help them grow stronger and flourish. I encourage them to become consciously connected to their roots because that's who you are. I mean, that's probably, why we have so much crime and people just not really loving who they are and embracing the love for themselves, because we've been taught to hate Africa and to hate ourselves. When I see you, I see my brother. I see God in you. The God in you is the God that's in me. And so reconnecting, making that connection is crucial for all African Americans to do that.
Well, the ERI World Festival is really the pride of all the Igbos because it talks about the origin and the depth of our roots from ancient time in the ERI kingdom. And as we begin to unravel some of these mysteries and histories, then Igbos will begin to rally around spiritually, because onye na-amara obi nne ya bụ efulefu ka ọ bụ. And that is how what is happening today is of great importance.
Coming from, you're a rabbi?
Yes, I'm a rabbi.
What's your connectivity spiritually on this program to Ndibo? What's the connectivity?
Well, the connectivity is that Igbo land today has veered off from what we call the Ntona Igbo or the Omena Igbo. And unfortunately, many people of Igbo descent think that what is indigenous to us is fetish or is not it's not godly. But I can tell you, as a rabbi that have studied the Torah very well, I can tell you that much of what you see in the Torah is Omen and Igbo. And I can begin to mention a lot of them to you.
One or two.
For example, beginning with the feasts, the festivals, Igbo land has a feast, a festival called the Festival of Onwange. Onwange is the festival of the first month. And when you go to the Bible, in the Old Testament, Onwange in Exodus chapter 12, you see where God commanded the children of Israel to celebrate the Passover, and it will be for them the first of all the months in the year. That is what Onwange is. And then you go forward to Emume Nzudani, the Feast of Weeks. You count 50 days from the Passover and you get the Feast of Weeks. Same in Aguleri here and in much of Igbo land. And then you go forward and you get to Emume Alomo. Emume Alomo is nothing but spiritually preparing for the harvest feast, which is the New Yam Festival that comes later after the Emume Alomo. So if you follow the indigenous festivals of Igbo land, you find out that much of it is in the Torah or in the Old Testament. So having said that, you think of things like circumcision, that every male child is supposed to be made in Igbo land, the burial rites, the marriage ceremony. There's a whole lot. So when you really look at it, you know that spiritually speaking, Igbos are part of the covenant people of God. And that's why what we call the title of God in Igbo land is Chukwu Abiame Okike. Chukwu Abiame Okike means the God of Abraham, the creator.
Mwa Prince Tochukwu Obijak. Isi mmiri ndị Igbo ERI kingdom.
Ka ebe anyị na-eme ebe a taa.
anyị na-eme olili eri nna anyị bụ eri n'ebe a ka Igbo niile si wee gbasasị anyị wee na-eme olili ya. Anyị na-eme every year na-eje mana mmiri asa ya eze etu ụwa niile dọkịta na ọnya bụ eze na-asa mmadụ ọkpa saa aka saa iru gọzie onye ka ọ sachapụ ọya ma nje onye mekọbalụ.
Mkpa emume anụnwa dị n'ala Igbo tata, kedu mkpa ya, kedu ife ngosipụta ọ na-egosipụta n'ala Igbo taa?
Ị na-anya kịta efu na emume a na-eme anyị na-eme ya, eze na-eme ya arụ ọbụla. Ị na-anya efụsịa na ndị eze bịara ebe a ma ndị Amerịka ma ahụhụ niile bịara ebe a na ife a na-emeri emeri. Nya bụ na eze kịta bụ 34th king ọnyanwa nọchi kịta and otego ochili eze 1976 ka ochili eze ya mgbe ọ bụ ụmụaka wee ruo kịta ọka nọ na-edozi na-ekpoko since ọ natalụ maka ọnọrọbụ ya o jeburu onwe mgbe ọ jeburu olu oyibo nata since ọ natazi ka ndị Igbo niile ji wee malụ na ha nwere eze nya na Igbo nwere eze maka ụfọdụ si na Igbo nwere eze mana Igbo nwere eze nya ụwa niile echighetago ndị Igbo niile agbakọkọ ọnụ wee malụ be nnafa bụ obu gad obu eri ebe a anyị nọ.
Gị ka ekwuru okwu maka eri kodo ebe eri.
Eli bụ nwa nke Gad, the fifth son of Gad. Gad, the seventh son of Jacob. Jacob, the second son of Isaac. Then Isaac, the son of Abraham.
It means that there is a historical connection, enwelo connection between ndị Igbo na ndị Israel.
Enwelo etu a anyị nọ. Ndị Igbo nwere akụkọ a ga-akọ maka Igbo erika. Maka ije Egypt, o nwere ife a na-akpọ the first king of Egypt ka a na-akpọ aka nri. Ebe akwa a na-akpọ eri aka and ndị Igbo meghere Egypt. Wee na-asịkwa kemgbe eri na Igbo kemgbe eri mgbe eri ịchọ ka ikwuo na ife atele aka sị eri aka kemgbe eri mgbe eri. So enwere mmiri ife omimi dịgasị na ya
nọ na eri ka Igbo si pụta
ebe a ka Igbo si wee gbasa
and ebe anụnwa wee obu Gad.
Igbo niile si wee gbasa ebe a wee obu eri a obu Gad. Anyị echibego eze ebe a bifo amụta Jizọs Kraịst and ife a na-eme ka ndị ụka weluziri wee na-enyezi mmadụ mmiri Chukwu mgbe a na-eje na mmiri were eje eme mmadụ baptizim. Mana kịta ndị Katọlik ya mụọ nwa ya kpọrọ ya jee tie mmiri na pan wee mee baptizim. Jizọs Kraịst so na mmiri fa ka emerie ọnya bụ ife anyị na-abụ every year. Anyị esoro eze agọzie anyị were mmiri asa anyị iru saa anyị isi saa anyị aka gọzie anyị njọ anyị melu nje ọ sachapụghị ya ibido mekwa ezigbo ife every year ya da akwụsị. Anyị na-eji every year ndị mụ ife a na-eme maka na ndị mụ ife a na-eme ada arapụ ya. Anyị nwa na onwe anyị nọ na kingdom na mụ ife a na-eme onye kpatara nọ ije na mmiri a na-akarị more than thousands of people wee agba nọ n'ebe ahụ na-esi ka eze metụ ya aka na mmiri saa ya. Mana ndị ụka pụtara na-asụ dị onye na-eje na mmiri na-ajụ ife mana Jizọs Kraịst ebere baptizim na mmiri. So na aghụghọ ndị ụka bịa tinyere anyị ndị be anyị anya emeghebe gofa fa amabago ife ma na ife ndị ọcha wetara anyị na ọrụ ha ncha bụ ndụ mma ụfọdụ dị mma ụfọdụ adịrọ mma.
Asuchinedu Peters keeps watching, keep subscribing and keep sharing.